It was supposed to be a joke, a condescending gesture from an advanced alien race to a species they considered barely worth acknowledging. The Gral, a species whose sleek starships and towering spires of technology made them the undisputed rulers of this quadrant of the galaxy, had little regard for the young, untested humans. To them, we were upstarts, crawling from our cradle and daring to call ourselves explorers. The Gral had arrived on Earth with an offer wrapped in disdain. They handed over what they called a starship, though the term was generous. The vessel was a patchwork of rusted metal, salvaged components, and a propulsion system that seemed older than humanity's written history. It was a derelict, a relic they no longer had use for, barely functional by any definition. The gesture wasn't one of goodwill. It was mockery. "Let's see what the primitives can do with this," one of the Gral delegates had said, their translator emitting the haughty tone of someone who believed they were far superior. The Gral's elongated forms shimmered with bioluminescent patterns of derision as they watched the humans accept their gift. To the Gral, the ship was junk. To humanity, it was a challenge. Within weeks, the vessel had been towed into orbit around Earth. Human engineers, scientists, and dreamers swarmed over it, their minds racing with possibilities. The ship's design was a chaotic tapestry of technologies, many of which defied understanding. Some systems appeared centuries ahead of anything humanity had developed, while others seemed laughably archaic. It was a puzzle, an enigma, and a dare. "If they think this will break our spirit, they don't know us at all," murmured Captain Elena Voss as she floated through the ship's dark, cavernous interior. Elena had been chosen to lead the project not just for her credentials but for her reputation. She was a fixer, a problem solver, someone who thrived under pressure. And she wasn't about to let the Gral have the last laugh. The first step was understanding what they had been given. The ship's systems were analyzed, reverse-engineered, and, where possible, integrated with human technology. Engineers worked day and night, soldering circuits, rewiring conduits, and jury-rigging solutions to make the vessel operational. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. Human ingenuity, born from centuries of making do with less, proved invaluable. What began as a salvage operation quickly evolved into something far greater. As the engineers peeled back the layers of the ship's design, they discovered hidden potential. Buried within the rust and decay were fragments of technology that could revolutionize human understanding of physics, energy, and propulsion. One such breakthrough came from the ship's core, a strange, pulsating engine that seemed to draw power from subspace itself. "This isn't just a junk ship," said Dr. Raj Patel, one of the lead scientists. His voice trembled with excitement as he examined the core's readings. "This is a blueprint for a new era." Months turned into years. The derelict transformed under human hands, shedding its rusted skin and emerging as something entirely new. The Gral watched from afar, their amusement slowly giving way to confusion and, eventually, concern. They had expected the humans to tinker and fail, to flail and falter. Instead, humanity was building something extraordinary. The ship, now christened the Aegis, became a symbol of human determination. It was no longer a laughingstock but a beacon of possibility. The propulsion systems, once laughably inadequate, had been overhauled to harness the subspace engine's full potential. The hull, reinforced with new alloys, could withstand forces that would have torn human ships apart. Weapons, reverse-engineered from alien designs and augmented with human creativity, lined its flanks. And then there was the core. The engine had revealed capabilities far beyond mere propulsion. It could manipulate gravitational fields, bend light, and emit pulses of energy that defied conventional understanding. The scientists began to realize that, with careful calibration, it could be weaponized. Captain Voss stood on the bridge of the Aegis, her heart swelling with pride. The ship was a testament to what humanity could achieve when pushed to its limits. It wasn't just a vessel, it was a message to the galaxy. Humanity was no longer a species to be mocked or dismissed. The Gral realized this too late. When the Gral fleet arrived in Earth's orbit, their intentions were clear. They had grown uneasy with humanity's progress and decided to assert their dominance once more. Dozens of sleek, deadly ships filled the skies, their bioluminescent hulls shimmering with menace. They demanded humanity's surrender. Captain Voss's response was simple. The Aegis powered up its core. What followed was a battle unlike anything the galaxy had seen. The Gral ships, with all their technological superiority, were unprepared for the raw power of human ingenuity. The core's gravitational manipulation turned their formations into chaos, their ships colliding as space itself seemed to twist around them. Pulses of energy tore through their shields, leaving them vulnerable to the Aegis's arsenal. Humanity's message was clear: we are not to be underestimated. By the end of the battle, the Gral fleet was in disarray. Many ships had been destroyed, others had fled. The Gral, once the undisputed rulers of this quadrant, now faced a new reality. Humanity had taken their mockery and turned it into a superweapon. As the Aegis returned to Earth, its hull glowing with the light of victory, Captain Voss addressed the crew. Today, we proved that no challenge is too great, no adversary too powerful. They handed us a junk ship, and we built a future. Let them remember this day, not as the day they tried to conquer us, but as the day they learned what humanity is capable of. And so, humanity's journey into the stars began, not as beggars or primitives, but as equals, builders of their destiny, and wielders of unstoppable power. Captain Voss stood silently on the bridge of the Aegis, watching as the remnants of the Gral fleet disappeared into the void. The weight of what they had accomplished was palpable, but so too was the realization of what lay ahead. This wasn't just a victory, it was the birth of a new era. As Earth's blue-green sphere filled the viewport, cheers erupted among the crew, the raw emotion of triumph breaking through the tension that had gripped them for days. Voss allowed herself a small smile before gesturing to silence them. "This isn't the end," she said, her voice firm but warm. "It's the beginning. Today, we sent a message not just to the Gral, but to the galaxy. We showed them who we are. But that means more eyes will be on us now, more challenges, more threats, and more opportunities." Dr. Patel approached, his expression a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. "Captain," he said, holding up a tablet displaying the core's latest readings, "we've barely scratched the surface of what this ship can do. There are layers of technology in this core, systems we didn't even realize were active during the battle. With more time, more study." Voss nodded, understanding the unspoken implications. The Aegis wasn't just a ship, it was a gateway to possibilities humanity could scarcely imagine. But it also meant they were now custodians of power that could reshape civilizations, for better or worse. As the ship docked at the orbital station, a flurry of activity greeted them. News of the victory had already spread, and humanity was abuzz with hope and ambition. Leaders from across Earth and its fledgling colonies convened, eager to discuss the future. The question on everyone's mind was the same: what next? In the following weeks, humanity took its first collective steps toward becoming a true interstellar civilization. The lessons learned from the Aegis spurred advancements across countless fields: energy, medicine, engineering, and beyond. The ship itself became a symbol of unity, a reminder that even in the face of derision and adversity, humanity could rise to meet any challenge. But the galaxy wasn't silent. The Gral's defeat sent shockwaves through the other advanced species. Some watched with cautious curiosity, intrigued by the humans who had turned a joke into a revolution. Others bristled, seeing the upstart species as a potential threat to their own dominance. And then there were whispers, rumors of ancient powers that even the Gral feared. Technologies and civilizations lost to time, lying dormant in the uncharted reaches of the galaxy. If humanity was bold enough to challenge the Gral, some wondered, would they also be foolish enough to awaken something far worse? Captain Voss and her crew found themselves at the heart of this unfolding drama. With the Aegis as their guide, they charted courses to distant stars, seeking not just to expand humanity's reach, but to uncover the secrets that lay hidden among the stars. Each mission brought new discoveries, and new dangers. Alliances were forged and tested, enemies made and unmade. The galaxy began to shift, its balance of power tipping in unexpected ways. Humanity's rise was not without cost, but it was unstoppable. Years later, as Captain Voss stood on the observation deck of humanity's first interstellar capital, she reflected on the journey. The Gral's derelict ship had been the spark, but it was humanity's spirit, their determination to overcome, to create, and to thrive, that had ignited the fire. The stars were no longer distant dreams. They were home. And humanity was no longer a species to be mocked. They were architects of their destiny, builders of tomorrow, explorers of the infinite, and guardians of a power that would shape the cosmos for generations to come.